In today's issue, you'll find OpenAI, which is investing in research to build humanoid robots. Elon Musk buying 10,000 GPUs to develop AI Twitter. Chinese company CS Space, which has begun testing prototypes of reusable rockets. A drone to launch other drones from anywhere. And an orbital flight, which has been postponed until the third week of April. All this and more has already begun. Elon Musk bought 10,000 GPUs for use in one of its two remaining data centers. There is no reason for Twitter to spend so much money on GPUs unless the company plans to use them for AI work. Musk had previously hired two former researchers from DeepMind. Apparently, Musk is serious about releasing his product. Although he recently signed an open letter calling for a 6-month pause in the development of advanced models, the project includes the creation of generative AI, which the company will train on its own vast array of data. It's not yet clear how Twitter will use the technology. The Insider suggests that generative AI will expand the search capabilities of the platform or help the company restructure its advertising business. Musk has been a vocal critic of OpenAI, the artificial intelligence research organization he co-founded in 2015. There is speculation that Musk's feud with OpenAI is personal. Allegedly, in 2018, Musk told Sam Altman, one of OpenAI's collection of founders, that the lab was too far behind Google and offered to appoint himself to lead the company. But Altman and the other OpenAI founders rejected the offer. The power struggle led to Musk's departure from OpenAI. Chinese brand BYD introduced an unusual supercar at the 2023 Shanghai Motor Show. First, a video of the presentation of the Yangwang Q9 was published on the Chinese platform Weibo. Later, it began to be distributed by the authors of various groups and channels of social networks and messengers. Just look at what this yellow hoppy does on stage. These are almost acrobatic elements, of course, adjusted by the fact that we have a machine in front of us and not a person in particular. He rocked in all directions, jumped on the spot high enough to get off the ground. It also rode on 3 wheels, with the front right wheel removed. All this was possible thanks to the intelligent suspension system. The manufacturer claims that the electric car can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in just 2 seconds. The autonomy is also decent, 435 miles on a single charge. The cost of the car depends on the level of built-in smart systems. The model shown in the video will cost $150,000. Fluid, founded by former Harley-Davidson designer Eric Buell, introduced 2 new electric bikes with unpretentious names, Fluid 2 and Fluid 3. Their distinctive feature is an automobile range. In addition, they boast other advanced features. The Fluid 2 gets a pair of removable 1 kilowatt-per-hour batteries, which together provide up to 225 miles of range without refueling. The more affordable Fluid 3 has only 1 battery. The included charger replenishes 80% of the energy in 4 hours and 100% in 6 hours. The exterior of the new model repeats the design of the original model. Frame made of aluminum and its alloy, 27.5-inch wheels with Angel GT urban tires, Tektro brake system, Roxy Z4 and Pro headlight for 900 lumens, rear brake light, and the ability to adjust the height of the seat to the user. With the mobile app, you can track the bike's location, analyze its technical condition, and receive tamper alerts. The Fluid 2 and Fluid 3 are available for pre-order in the US via crowdfunding for $3,999 and $3,699 respectively. A delivery date for the electric bikes will be announced at a later date. The rapid emergence of ChatGPT has sparked interest in AI and reminded us of the technology's potential to replace some professions. Forecasters promise a huge increase in productivity, but the accompanying rise in unemployment could lead to the threat of remaining unclaimed professionals, primarily in mental labor. However, the looming alliance between work technology and AI could affect factory workers as well. OpenAI, the developer of the acclaimed GPT language models, has always been interested in robots. To achieve its goal of creating a universal or strong AI that is self-aware and can think as well as a human, the company has for years had its own robotics department, which built a robot manipulator for reinforcement learning. It even learned how to assemble a Rubik's Cube with 5 fingers. However, in 2021, the department closed, focusing all efforts on the generative approach. The main reason is that the speed of text output for learning language models is much faster than video training robots. However, an investment in Norwegian startup 1X, formerly known as Halodi Robotics, has shown that OpenAI is ready to return to the robotics field. All we know is that 1X recently announced the success of another round of fundraising, receiving $23.5 million, with OpenAI as the main investor. Startup Fund, another upcoming cold startup, has made some progress in developing an android robot on wheels. But now engineers want to get it on its feet so it can do more human-powered tasks. So now 1X is building a more humanoid robot, Neo, to see how artificial intelligence can take shape in an anthropomorphic body. The results are promised to show this summer. As many expected, the first orbital launch of SpaceX's reusable spacecraft did not take place on April 10th. The company, according to its CEO, is fully prepared for the landmark flight, but the delay is primarily due to environmental requirements by the Federal Aviation Administration, which Musk has repeatedly accused of overreaching and excessive oversight of SpaceX. On Monday, CEO Elon Musk tweeted that the launch would likely take place closer to the end of the third week of April, but did not give an exact date. There is speculation that the ships will go into space on the 20th of this month. What is known is that SpaceX is still waiting for a launch license from the FAA. SpaceX has developed Starship to carry cargo and people to the Moon, Mars, and deep space. It is assumed that all elements of the spacecraft are reusable. Elon Musk believes that it will revolutionize spaceflight by drastically reducing the cost of launching payloads into orbit. During the upcoming tests, the company plans to test the achievement of orbital velocities and bring Starship down from orbit to the landing stage. A drone for launching other drones from any location was introduced. Quadcopters are inferior to aircraft-type drones in range and flight time, but are able to take off from almost any surface thanks to a special platform. A fixed-wing drone can also take off and land vertically without losing its main advantage, the ability to fly long distances for many hours. The Flare's Vital vertical takeoff and landing platform, developed by Oregon-based HUDSEC, allows aircraft-type drones to be lifted to planning altitude. According to the specification, the Flying Long and Recovery System platform was created for launch from the decks of ships, but that doesn't stop it from working in any environment. An airplane-type drone is attached to the platform to climb to altitude and drop, and the platform pulls vertical cables to descend, trapping the drone between the deck and itself. On return, the fixed-wing drone enters the tether hitch and slides it onto the deck. The Flare's platform was tested in conjunction with the company's Institute Division drone, thereby giving the Integrate the ability to take off and land vertically without additional modifications. This allows it to stay in the air for up to 16 hours and carry up to 18 kilograms of payload, which would have been impossible if it had its own vertical takeoff and landing schemes. The Flare's Vital platform appears to be the ideal solution for rapid deployment missions using fixed-wing drones. The team won't have to puzzle around in search of a runway, and time is always a quickly exhaustible resource. The Chinese aerospace company K-Space, a subsidiary of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, began testing reusable rockets with vertical takeoff and landing. So far, it is a matter of landing small demonstration models on an offshore platform. Videos released by the company show a 2.1-meter, 93-kilogram prototype taking off from the coast of East China Province. The prototype reached an altitude of about 1,000 meters before descending back to a sea platform for landing. The tests, shown in the video, took about 10 minutes to complete. The company has been conducting such tests since early 2023. It is believed that landing on an offshore platform instead of returning to the takeoff point on land saves quite a bit of fuel, which benefits the payload capacity of rockets. As we know, SpaceX also lands the first stages of Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets on unmanned ships hundreds of kilometers away from the launch site. K-Space intends to launch its own orbital rockets in the future and organize suborbital flights for space tourists, about the same as the American Blue Origin and Apple. According to the Chinese media representative of the company, the first test flight of the experimental scientific platform in near space may take place by the end of 2023. This is not the only Chinese company that intends to use reusable rockets. China's main space contractor is developing a reusable Long March 8 rocket, and other businesses, including Landspace, are being established. In May 2022, A launch to a kilometer altitude followed by a landing was organized by Deep Blue Aerospace, which tested a system with a prototype rocket engine.